Hi guys, welcome to the Grapplers Academy. Now today we're going to be introducing to you our upcoming series going from white belt to blue belt.
Probably one of the most important topics that we'll cover because it's that stepping stone of starting you off in the gym and that first initial bit of progression. We're going to talk about a couple of fundamental things in terms of what you can do to practice and put into place when you're in the gym and away from the gym.
We're also going to be looking at our own personal criteria, as each coach has their own criteria from getting from white to blue. We also touch upon our personal criteria on kind of what we want to see from any white belts before we put them onto the blue belt.
So kind of talking about like basics from white to blue belt and what people should be expecting to go along that journey, because that's maybe the most elusive idea of what it takes to become a blue belt in jiu-jitsu after you start a new journey, doesn't it?
Yeah, like I don't think there's any sort of clear criteria belt to belt. And I think once you get your blue belt, you understand there is no criteria and you've just got to sort of train to get better. But from white to blue, it can be quite a frustrating journey, especially if you see people who are started around the same time as you, but they're maybe getting their belt before you. Or maybe you may feel that you're better than somebody on the mat and they've got their belt before you. So yeah, it's quite a frustrating journey for someone during that first year. Like for someone who's coming through the doors of flow for that sort of when they want to get that blue belt, is there anything that you'd advise for them to start focusing on as opposed to what, like, rather than belt chasing, something that they focus on?
Yeah, I think initially for me, when new people are coming through the door and I'm coaching them, it's more about trying to get, like, obviously there can be initial barriers of fitness that might, or athleticism that are going to get people down the line maybe a little bit quicker because they've just got better coordination of the body. So actually just by doing jiu-jitsu, naturally you're going to get better coordination of your body. But obviously, as you must have seen as well, and I've seen over the years, that some people just get that quicker because they've got more athletic experience and a more athletic background.
Yeah.
But in terms of the things that they can actually do on the mats, and it's kind of the old cliche saying of practice, or perfect practice makes perfect. So the more time you can be doing and practicing the sport or thinking about the sport, the better. I remember my coach, Matt, early doors said to me that one thing that was important, or you could see of somebody who was going to develop faster, was that they were coming back in with questions and they may be researching the topic outside of actually just coming to the gym. And I don't think somebody that just comes to the gym and just does and only thinks about the jiu-jitsu in that session is going to accelerate as quickly as somebody who's going away, watching YouTube videos, having talks with people on and off the mat about it. And that's the same as anything really, isn't it? It's just having a keen interest in it and actually wanting to pursue it and get better.
Yeah, I think the key point there that you highlighted is the studying. Most people come in wanting instant results, and those that progress faster are the ones that are engulfed by it. They will study it in their spare time and sort of fully integrate them into the sport, integrate themselves into the sport. Like prior to starting training, I had zero interest in watching sport. Like my mates were into football, not for me. I might watch a bit of rugby if it was the World Cup, but up until jiu-jitsu, sport was not watched by me. And then all of a sudden, introduced this whole new world, and MMA and jiu-jitsu were something that I watched all the time. And I certainly can attribute that kind of studying to my progress on the mat.
Yeah, there's definitely a good philosophical thing that I can probably give as a piece of advice for everybody, regardless of what you're doing. But jiu-jitsu is a really good example of it. You're not starting jiu-jitsu to get a different piece of coloured cloth around your waist. Having a blue belt, you could just go and buy a piece of blue cloth and tie it around your waist. It doesn't matter, blue, purple, brown, black, whatever. The actual thing that you come into the sport for is a development or skill acquisition. So actually, naturally, just by getting on the mat and trying to improve your skill set, you're going to progress at the natural rate anyway. the more time you spend on the mat, the quicker you're going to develop. If you've got the right learning attitude and you're coachable and you get involved and ask the right questions and actually just participate fully in the sport like you're supposed to. So, yeah, just in summary, and I know it's a cliche because everybody always hears it, you're not coming on the mat to get the belt, you're coming to get the skill. So that should be the main focus of what you're doing. But that's a little bit of it's one of those things that somebody might hear early doors in their career and just be like, well, that doesn't really mean anything to me. Like, what can I actually do physically right now to get better? So if somebody came to you and said that, what would you say to them?
So for me, I've got a little mental checklist, and I think we both have similar viewpoints on it. So my first criteria is you've got to be able to defend yourself efficiently, as well as when you're on top, you're able to control each position like very efficiently against someone of similar level. So I'm not expecting you to escape purple, brown, or black belt submissions and be able to get one of them pinned. I want you to be a formidable opponent for your fellow sort of white belts and some blue belts, whether that's keeping them pinned and controlling and navigating and sort of controlling where the fight goes, as well as having a very good submission defense. On top of that, I'd like you to know a couple of basic submissions. Doesn't have to be that you have to be going out flying armbar on everybody, but knowing how to apply a rear naked choke, maybe an arm lock. Leg locks I'm not too fussed about, but having some sort of blood choke, windpipe choke, and some sort of arm lock in your arsenal that you can use quite efficiently, that's going to factor into it. And one that goes very, very sort of understated is conduct on the mat. Now, for me, that's top of the list. Like, you've got to be coachable, you've got to be welcoming to every member, you've got to sort of carry the ethos of the club, and sort of, because at the end of the day, if you're going out there wearing the club's branding, you're representing the club, and you've got to carry that reputation and have that sort of conduct off the mat as well as on the mat, and that will be factored into your sort of belt progress. But is there anything that sort of you'd add to that?
I think in addition to that, aside, I'll kind of cover my criteria in terms of positions or submissions, etc. in a minute. But one thing just to build on top of what you were saying, or to clarify as well, in terms of conduct, is there's a clear, distinctive level of relaxation on the mat as you get higher through your career progression. So the funny statement of like a white belt being less relaxed and being very erratic in the movements and expending a lot of energy, as a higher belt, you can feel that, and you can feel when somebody has a loss of physical control. One, because they don't necessarily understand the position, and that's where it ties into having the knowledge. And just being able to relax and breathe and realise and assess the position that you're in and make a logical progression to get to where you need to be, either to finish the submission or escape a submission. So there's a clear level of relaxation as you start to get to that blue belt threshold, where as a higher belt, somebody can roll with you and then they can just tell by sense of feel or relaxation in terms of the feedback that you're giving them. It's not like a bull in a china shop sort of mentality, I suppose, is an easy way for me to explain it.
Yeah. No, definitely. And like I said, your energy exertion will massively sort of decrease as you progress through the sport. So now, sort of, if anybody came to you with the same question for that flow, is there anything that you'd sort of say to, like, what's your sort of criteria that you're looking for?
Yeah, obviously, aside from the stuff that you covered and what we've just talked about being relaxed and conducting yourself well, I think a simple criteria from what they can look at from a checklist point of view is in each of the identifiable positions, whether that's close guard, side control, mount, back mount, they've got to have a progression from one position to the other. So to be able to move from close guard to side control, they should have at least one submission knowledge in each position and defensive knowledge of a small amount of potential submissions as well. So maybe, let's say, from a close guard position, they should be able to defend a triangle if somebody's applying a triangle to them, as well as if they're in a mount, they should be able to do at least one basic submission, let's say an armbar, for example, or from the back, a rear naked choke. So for me, transition, submission attacks and submission defenses in each of the identifiable positions is pretty much a basic in terms of technical execution that I'd say I'm looking for.
No, I've got to agree. Like that's also in my criteria as well. You sort of brought it to light more. But yeah, so with this series that we're going to be starting, we're going to be trying to help you go through that journey a little bit easier. We're going to be giving some basic breakdowns of various techniques, positions, and going through the fundamentals. And these will be accessible for even the higher belts, because I still study fundamental stuff. Sure, Bonn still studies fundamental stuff. The fundamentals give you a great sort of foundation to build upon. And having this understanding of the fundamentals is going to take you further in your journey. And we are welcoming you to send in your questions and send in your struggles that you're having on the mat, for us to help you get through that and also break down it a little bit further for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of other videos in the strategy series that we've got as well that beginners or more experienced players might find helpful. We've got a video introduction for beginners about just basically welcoming yourself into a gym and picking the right gym. So first off, go and look at that if you've not started training first. And then this white to blue belt series should help you progress and have a better understanding of what you need to do and how you can not necessarily speed up the progression of getting from white to blue, because that's not what it's about, but give you a more fundamental understanding of how you should be thinking about your conduct on and off the mat, whether that's practice or just thinking and studying about it, to help you get a better understanding of the sport in general, enjoy it more, and then naturally you're going to want to participate more, and that progression is going to come off the back of that.
Thanks for watching another episode of the Grapplers Academy. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button and also hit that subscribe button.
And if there's anybody out there that you think could benefit from anything that we talked about today, don't forget to share the video and pass that information on.